Hello, 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 and welcome to the fight against boredom. This is Ginger Binge, and today we are back with Minecraft. Last time, we built this epic castle in the side of the mountain right here, and today I thought what better to work on other than a forest base. This is probably one of my favorite things to do because you can build into trees, and it is epic because you can make your base however big you want, and it is extremely simple to do in any game mode. So whether you're doing creative mode or survival mode or the plain old story mode, a tree base is safe. It'll keep you away from enemies, and you don't have to have a lot of resources to build it. So that is why it is my favorite thing to make. So what basically all you do, you find you a nice area like this with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of trees. And I'm going to build everything relatively close together so that way at the end of our journey it'll be easy to see what we've built together. But anyway, that's not the point. I am I guess let's get in here. Let's say right here. No. We want a little bit of maybe like a little waterfront type area going on or something. Yeah, we'll just make a quick little deck area to kind of help line off where exactly our entrance is. There we go. Now, once you have found the tree that you like and that you want to be the entrance of your base, it is super simple. You're just going to carve out an entrance. And it is perfectly okay to help it along the way. So if, like what I just did there, you don't have enough room, you can create it back so that way you can throw your ladder. And then once you get up here, simply clear out a space for you so you can start forming your base. It is super easy. Super easy, super simple, and it looks amazing. But you will, there we go, entrance to your base. Once you get up here, you're just going to start clearing a path like I said and placing resources as you go. Now, you don't want to necessarily take too much away from the natural structure that the tree gives you. You want it to look kind of natural. And then there you go, just like that. There you go. And then build out on this side if you want. You don't have to. But remember, you don't want to go too crazy because you still want it to look as natural as possible. So as you can see, that's kind of like the little beginning to our base. Now it's going to take a little bit of effort to clean this up and make it look the way I want. So I will be back in just a minute when I have it cleaned up a tad so we can get into some more designs for our epic forest base. Alright, so we are back. Now, all I've done is cleared a little bit of paths through the trees and things like that to make it a little bit easier to see how you could form things out. But as you can see, I am building directly into the tree, and I'm just using more trees around the surrounding area to add to it. So you don't have to create a bunch of things. This is really simple to make, and you can make it anywhere. And at nighttime, when the creepers and zombies and things like that come out to try and hunt you down and kill you, guess what? You are safe up here in the trees. Now, I chose green because I wanted to go with the natural color scheme, and I think that it looks amazing. And the best thing about making homes out of trees is that when the trees are all together in clusters like this, you can carve your path out endlessly through the trees to make rooms. So there's one room here already made up, and you can do this however many times you want. I'm just giving you like a basic concept to help you on your way, so I'm not going to go too crazy. And then the next best thing about trees is that you can build on top. Now again, since you're already in the forest, all you do is clear out what you don't want, and you're good to go. Now I've added wood here to give the shape that I wanted, and just for looks, really simple, bam, all you do is throw you a fence up. And then when you see this from the distance, it's going to look like a legit place where you've just randomly found where there happens to be an extreme amount of people living. Like you might have just happened to find a tree village or something, you know? See how nice that looks? And it looks very natural, you know? It looks like you've built this right into the trees. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna clear this out just a bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a little bit more open. And it's, you know, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just choosing to do this as an example. So feel free to go crazy and, you know, build you an entire city. Because you could, starting here with your entrance, if you wanted, you could build all through all of these trees, and you could make a massive, gigantic forest city. Now, the bases I build are usually pretty big when I'm putting effort into it, but at the moment, I'm just, like I said, I'm just showing you how I would do it. And you can use different color, so that way it's not all looking the same, you know. and then just follow the shape of the area that you're trying to cover, and you're good to go. That way when it starts to rain and, you know, storm and things like that, you have a nice little cover. There we go. Then just fill it in. Now, I will say, if you do not like all of this wood look up here in your trees and everything, super simple to fix. If I can find it. There it is. Extremely easy to use glass. Now, glass is not as strong, of course, but if you're up in the trees, it doesn't really matter because nothing is really going to get to you. Now, you can also use this to build your walls up, and it will, again, look completely natural, which is the look that you definitely want to go for when you're building these bases up in the trees. And there you have it. You got another area right up there. Super easy to make. And again, it is built into the trees, so you don't have to worry about anything. There we go. Has a super nice natural look. And if you don't like the wood look, there is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, replace it with this green glass and it will look completely natural. Now, one thing that you can do, I like to have these open areas like this because that's just me. I don't like to be, you know, shut in all the time. But, oh, we need to finish our little outline here. So when you have your area outlined that you specifically want, and we're not going to go too far back, so we'll probably stop right here actually. Yep, just like that. Now again, like I said, you can go all over the place and go 100% crazy if you want to. That is completely up to you. I'm just doing something nice and simple to show you how nice it looks. Now, instead of wood, if you used glass, that's what it would look like. And I like both looks. If you use wood to build in the trees, it makes it look like someone has started to settle there. And if you use glass, it matches even better. So do whatever you want, whatever you think looks best, because it is going to be your forest. It's going to be your base, no one else's. There you go. Now, you can see how this would start to look once you have it all laid out and everything. You just carve out your path that you want, just like I did with the rooms up here. You know, just carve out the area that you want and then begin to decorate. And you can always knock out these walls if you don't want to feel like you're closed in, which is completely fine. Bam, add you some nice add you some nice walls that you can see out of, just like that. There you go. See how nice that looks? And it matches your forest look. And like I said, you are completely safe up here from anything that's wanting to get you at nighttime, and you are not using a bunch of resources. You know, if let's say you're exploring a new map, you know, and you want to build something temporary but at the same time safe, tree bases are perfect for that. So they are something that you can put in your back pocket, you know, if you're on a new server or something and you don't know where it's a safe area to build in because you're afraid someone might break your stuff. Tree bases are a simple and safe way to go. And see, the possibilities are just endless, really. You can build as much or as little as you want, and it'll wind up looking amazing. There you go. That's a basic tree base right there. Let's go ahead and throw some. Oops. Throw some barricades up. Now, what I would suggest, if you're wanting to, if this is looking too plain for you, it is very easy to fix. Just randomly punch holes wherever you want and fill that in with glass, and it will change up the look, and it'll give it a more modern feeling. I completely understand not wanting to, you know, look super plain. So just punch you some holes and fill it in with your glass. See the extra look that it gives? It's not just a plain forest look, you know. Shoot, you can even line off your areas with glass, and it'll look different. See the kind of nice look that just added just by lining it in glass? Just punch you some holes, fill it in with glass, and it'll give that extra little oomph that you need to make it look different and nice. And then if your friends are coming over and you want to try and impress them, this is something perfect and easy to do. Super simple. It does not take a lot of resources. It's perfect. And it looks very cool once you're finished. And really, the only thing missing is your color scheme. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and do that for you so you get a sense of what I mean. So I'll be right back, and I'll show you a few ways you can decorate your forest base just to give it that extra wow factor. The best thing about having a forest base is the fact that at nighttime it glows so pretty. I mean, you can just throw a torch in the window, and at nighttime it glows, and it stands out extremely well against the black night. Now, just for looks, You don't have to do this. In my opinion, it looks much better without the flags. But you can throw flags on there just like this. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't even want these on my base. For a forest base, the more simple it is, the better it looks. So you look at that glorious sight. This hardly took any resources to make whatsoever, because you are building into the trees that are already there. So it doesn't take a lot of wood or anything like that, because everything is already there. And as I said earlier, you can build into the trees as far as you want and create as many rooms as you want. So storage is not a problem. And you can make your base look better by adding carpet. So I've just chosen green and yellow just for an example. You can use whatever colors you want. But that is about it for the forest base. Like I said, super easy to do, and it looks pretty gosh darn good. And the best part is you're up off the ground. So if you're trying to survive against skeletons or whatever else, maybe instead of building you a little shack on the ground, maybe you should consider a forest base. It is one of the best things that you can build in Minecraft, in my opinion. And it's one of the coolest looking things as well. So, for all of you out there that have been wondering, what is the next level I can take my building to? Because I'm getting tired of just building villages and castles on mountains. Well, this could be the next adventure for you. Just pick a good solid area like this that has a lot of trees and turn this whole forest, look how big that is. You can turn this whole place into a forest city. And you can do different colors for different zones. This could be the yellow tree. You could do purple over here. You could do red back there. You can do orange over here, pink, whatever colors you want. As far as forest bases are concerned, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. And just in case you hadn't noticed, you are building on top of the trees, so you can also build under the trees as well. Just like this. This is directly underneath our forest base right here. All you do is hollow out the ground, and all of a sudden you have different levels to your base. This is probably one of my favorite things to do if I'm bored and I just want to build something that is going to look epic and it is gigantic. I will find a nice forest like this, and I'll just start building me from one end to the other a nice forest city, and by the time you're done, it will look like something out of a movie, and it will look epic. Unfortunately, that is all the time that I have for this episode, but don't worry, I will be back very soon with another tips and tricks video to help you figure out how to build a new base for your Minecraft worlds. Leave a comment down below if you're confused about anything, or if you would like to have more ideas for your forest base. It's really simple to do, but I understand that sometimes it just takes a while to get used to thinking a certain way. Let me know what color scheme down in the comments that you decided to use for your forest base, because I'm curious. To me, just plain old green looks wonderful, but you never know. Maybe someone out there gets a crazy idea and uses purple glass and it looks amazing with the wood that they chose to build out of. You never know. So I'm truly curious. Let me know down in the comments and it'll make my day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.